Okay, the next honorable mention is from Congyi Hua in China. And let's evaluate that to see what it does. It gives me a map with 2 points, and I can position the points here, say on London and Chelmsford, and see that the straight line distance between the two is 50 kilometers. So let's take a look at how this one was done. This is a manipulate, use of manipulate to produce the interface, but in contrast to some uses of manipulate, this doesn't have any explicit controls in the top banner of the manipulate, but rather it embeds the controls as these locators within the content. And so it combines, using show, an image of a map and a graphic overlay, which implements the locator interface. So one of the things that's unique to Mathematica, which you also saw in the last example, is you can embed images and expressions in line, and for the purposes of the competition, those images count as one character. Although, in this competition, if you try to encode tons of information in the image, the judges probably will not look favorably on that. So anyway, this combines the graphic on top of the show. The graphic consists of the line, which goes between the two locators, P and Q. There's some assignments in here that they use to save characters. And then the text label at the bottom, which takes the norm of P minus Q, that gives the distance between the 2 points. It scales it so that it corresponds to the units in the map and then displays that as a text item. There's one clever use of reuse of components here. So the initial value of P was actually chosen so that it could be reused up here in the positioning of the text element, and it's also reused down here to provide the initial value of the Q locator. So there were a couple of characters saved in doing that. Let me just mention one thing briefly. It's not quite so apparent over the link what I'm doing here, but if you're exploring Mathematica code and trying to figure out how it works, a very convenient thing to know is that if you triple-click the head of an expression, it will select the entire sub-expression. So that gives you an easy way to get a handle on the structure of some code. And if you continue to click, if you click 4 times, 5 times, that highlight will expand to successive levels of expression. You can also triple click, and then on the Mac, if you use Control period, on Windows it might be Command period. That will also step up levels. That's an easy way to explore code and understand its structure.